is Diamond for Diamond Shine Soap. Guys, I'm excited to see you today. Today in the studio, we are going to be making some pet soap. I'm so happy to see you guys on camera. It's been a long time since I got back on camera. And guys, you're going to be seeing me even more. I'm going to do some renovations in my studio. So it's going to be just like old times when I used to just have my little white setup and everything. And you guys can see everything that I'm doing. So let's stop talking about me. You guys are more important than me. So when I come on here and I ain't see y'all in a long time, I know y'all want me to go ahead and just open y'all up. Oh, I know y'all want me to open y'all on up and, you know, get you guys comfortable. That's what I usually do. And so that's what I'm here to do. Okay. All right. So we're gonna be making some pet soap today, guys. And I know a lot of people gonna be barking in the comments. If you start barking, I'm gonna start biting and I'm gonna turn them comments off real quick, okay? So listen, pet soap is a very sketchy thing when it comes down to a lot of people. They like, I don't wanna make it because I don't wanna mess my pet up. I've done my research. A lot of veterinarians say it is completely fine. It is safe for the pet's skin. It is not going to kill a pet. The pet will be fine. He will live to tell his story. He could go on to the military and march on down the road and his pet fur won't fall out. It's all good, okay, in the neighborhood. So you can use it. But the thing that I did find out is there are some essential oils that is not good for the pet's fur, okay? It's not good for his fur. So we're going to stay away from essential oils in our recipe. We're definitely going to stay away from them. I'm going to be using a fragrance, guys. I pulled out a fragrance that I'm going to be using. Unfortunately, they really don't sell these fragrances anymore. So that's the only thing about it, because I'm going to talk about this for a second. So some of our favorite companies are selling out to Wholesale Supplies Plus. They're buying the companies, and you know, we don't get oils that we used to get from like Just Scent, Rustic Essentials, and stuff like that. So for me, I mean, it's hurtful. You know, it does kind of bother me because, you know, Flaming Candle was the company that I was like, you know, I love Flaming Candle because I'm, you know, Georgia. So I'm like, okay, I'm Georgia. I can just go there, pick it up. No, they sold to them too. So some of our favorite fragrances are being swapped out for Wholesale Supply Plus fragrances, and we're candle makers too at the same time. So it does affect us because we can't use those fragrances. The only way we can use them is if we're using them in wax melts, and or we got to use them inside of like just soap, you know, skincare, because Wholesale Supplies Plus really don't have candle making fragrances. They sell fragrances that are for your skin, okay? So we all know that. You know, we ain't about to get up in the comments and be trying to say, I use that, but I've been using it for my candle for 20 years. Keep using it for your candles for 20 years. Keep letting your candle smell like gasoline, okay? Gasoline. But anyway, so I'm gonna be using this lavender Bellini. Reason why I'm choosing the lavender now, usually I don't use lavender smells. I don't really use peppermint smells like that. I do in my hot process soap. You know, when I go to the mall, start selling my stuff, I do that. But let me tell y'all why I chose to use this today. The reason why I'm using this today is because we're going to be using some neem oil. Neem oil is a very stinky-fied oil, but it has very good benefits for the pet. Is antifungal, and that's what you need. Is used in a garden, guys. Like if you go and you look up neem oil, you'll see like stuff from Home Depot coming up and Lowe's where you can spray to keep the bugs off of your vegetation, the things that you're growing in your garden. And that's what most people use it for, because of the stinky smell. Those bugs are like, oh no, hold up, wait, okay? So them bugs is like, back up, I'm good, I don't want them tomatoes. So neem oil is good for that kind of thing. So because it's good for the bugs in the garden, it is good for the bugs that will, you know, the fleas, the ticks and stuff like that for the pets. So we're gonna use that. Now I want to remind you that this is a wash off product. So when it comes down to a wash off product, you know, your pet get wet, that's not going to really be inside of his, you ain't gonna be able to just roll up on him and smell it. So, you know, but we're gonna use it. All right, so listen, another thing is We're going to be using some castor oil. We're going to be using some oatmeal. Oatmeal is very soothing to a pet's skin. It's very soothing to our skin. So we're going to be using some Kaleido oats, okay? Now, when it comes down to Kaleido oats, guys, I got a video on how to make Kaleido oats. I will link that in the description box. You really do not need to buy Kaleido oats from Brambleberry and all these other places where they sell them, because at the end of the day, you can just go to the store and just get you some oatmeal and put it inside of that coffee grinder, and there you go, Kaleido oats. And it is in a powder form, okay? Because let's think about it. How would they do it? Well, anyway, all right, so I'm going to be doing that. We're going to be using that palm oil. I'm going to be using some coconut oil. I believe some olive oil. I'll have that entire recipe inside the Patreon, guys. Like I said, if you want to join the Patreon, click on that link in the description box. It will not disappoint you. We do talk to Diamond. Diamond is not a hidden person. Diamond is in your face, looking at your boogies, trying to figure out, are they green? Are they white? Are they hard? Are they soft? We're gonna pick them out. All right, so look, we are going to go ahead and get into our pet soak. I'm going straight to the kitchen, y'all. All y'all gonna see is hands on deck, me putting the oils, doing everything, and showing you guys how to do it. The cool thing about this recipe is you can use these kind of molds right here, or you can use a loaf, okay? So I'm going to be using that basic Amazon skinny loaf that we use, and we're going to go ahead and get right into it, okay? All right, so go ahead, put your gloves on, put your safety gear on, make sure you mask up, do everything you got to do to protect yourself, because lye is very, very dangerous. So you want to make sure that you are in a good, nice, well-ventilated area, and we're going to go ahead and get right into it. All right, guys, so I am putting in my olive oil. That is my castor oil, and that is my hemp oil. I know I'm moving pretty fast, guys. That's my coconut oil. You can use the organic. It really don't matter what kind you use. Big Lots, Walmart. It's no big deal. All right, and so I'm just pretty much just weighing out all of my oils, and then I'm going to melt them down. Now, guys, this is you can use palm oil, or you can use Crisco, like that vegetable Crisco stuff. You can use that. So now I'm preparing my lye solution, and today I am going to be using aloe vera juice. Okay, so that's pretty soothing for a pet, and that is the fruit of the earth one. Nothing special. That's my lye. I'm using that. That came from Walmart. Okay, Wally World in the house tonight. All right, so I'm just pretty much making my lye solution, getting that ready. At the same time, I got my oils heating up, stirring your lye. Make sure you get that fully combined. You see me taking my time to do it. You better be doing the same thing, okay? All right, so I'm mixing that in, and now I got to go and check on my oils. They're not quite finished, but I'm just going to leave it in for a little bit longer. All right, so that's my fragrance right there. That is my Kaleido oats. It's a powder form, and we have some vegetable glycerin, and that's just to get that little slip on the dog's fur, and also to seal and lock in that moisture. Okay, and you could put that in after we pretty much come to a trace. So I'm checking the temperature, and those is at 100 degrees, guys, but I will tell you this, it was so much better. It would be so much better to soap at 80 degrees, because what I learned cooking this and going through this process, this cold process, what I learned is the hemp, and well, not the hemp, actually, it was the neem oil. The neem oil accelerated, and it really got real hot. It made things pretty hot. And so I prefer to soap at 80 degrees when I'm doing this recipe. Other recipes, 100 is fine. I'm adding my Kaleido oats after the trace. But this one, you got to do 80 degrees, okay? Because it went through a complete gel phase. This is my sodium lactate, and that's just to ensure that I got a nice hard bar. You also can add honey. Honey will give you more bubbles, okay? It's up to you. You can add sugar if you want to, but I just pretty much add the stuff that, I know works good with a pet, okay? All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and bring it to a nice trace, and it did turn out a little green. And that is because of the neem oil. Guys, that neem oil smells funky, okay? So I did find a really cool fragrance to use. So your lavenders, your sandalwoods, lemon. That is my lavender and basil, and that came from Wholesale Supplies Plus. And that soap really good. It did not speed anything up. It really soaked well. Definitely soaked well. All right. And I mean, seriously, I'm going to use that again. I really like Wholesale Supplies Plus for cold processed soap because I never had any issues out of any of their fragrances inside of my soap. So if you're just starting out doing cold processed soap, definitely go to Wholesale Supplies Plus. All right. So remember that. Just make sure your temperatures is at 80 degrees when you start. And if you have to put it in the refrigerator just so you don't go through the gel phase, that's also cool as well. Okay. All right. So when it comes down to this neem oil being green, if you don't want your soap to be green, you can use Karanja oil, and that will give you the same benefits as the neem oil. The neem oil is definitely better, but the Karanja oil has similar properties as the neem oil. So, all right. So it's time to pour it into our little Amazon mold, guys. I got 5-pound molds all in my studio, but I just been using these molds because I was like, I know a lot of soapers just starting out, they have these molds. So I wanted to, walk like y'all. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and put everything into the mold and just kind of smoothing it out. I'm not going to really do like a deep decoration on the top or anything, because remember, this is pet soap, so I just really wanted to keep it plain as possible. Even if I could have got me a boxy top, just like a square, I would have been happy with that. So I just went ahead and just put it in there, and guys, it looked like peas. That's what it looked like, mashed up peas. Like, you know how you get that Gerber food and this peas? I always talk about Gerber food. You can tell I got a baby. All right, look at that. Look at that. That's all I'm doing. And you know what I'm using right now? One day I had broke the mini blinds in the house, and that's the plastic from the mini blind. Okay. All right. So I had so much left over, so I just went ahead and used my dog food, my dog mold. And there you go. We are finished, guys. It is looking good. You see that?